So this is the last speaker that I got Nancy doing in the theater. You can see that this has a bracket, which we can move. And all you got to do, you can actually pull it out a little bit too. So this is a pretty cool idea that Krix, well, it's pretty cool accessories that Krix gives you. So Nancy's just going to screw it on down. And it's so easy that even Nancy has no problem doing it. So, good job, Nancy. All right, so she did it pretty much easily. So what I did here, let me just loosen that just a little bit. So I'm just going to angle it slightly this way. So I didn't want to angle it directly so it's hitting this guy sitting down. I'm going to angle it very slightly forward, so that way we're kind of angling it towards the first row. So if you are in the opposite end front row seat, that you're still going to get hit pretty nicely. This does have a really nice, this has a really big wave guide on it. So we're still getting some good coverage here with this second row. And then we're going to get some nice coverage over in the first row. So this does have a really slight little tilt to it. That way we're getting some nice horizontal coverage. And then again, all you have to do is just tighten down the little Allen screw here with your little Allen wrench, and you're good to go. Now, one thing that I'm probably not going to show you with the home theater tour, you guys will probably never see on camera, but you'll see it here. This is like behind the scenes. You're going to see how dusty my 6 top speakers were. See, obviously, I'm going to clean them up, but top channels here. I've got the other 12 821s. These are the big bed channels, which are underneath each 6. So whenever I'm done reviewing the Krix, then these guys will go right back up. So these are not gone forever. They will make their reappearance at some point in time. Also, I'm going to be working with RBH2, customize the 821s, these bigger versions, and make dedicated top channel speakers. So they're going to be very similar to what the 821s are already with the dual 8s and the 1x5-inch AMT tweeter, except it'll be sort of in this form factor, and it'll have a slight little wedge shape to it. So that way, when you tilt it, so very similar to, like, I guess the Krix and maybe like those SVS elevation speakers, except in a longer form factor horizontal wise. So that way it'll make tilting it a lot easier. So that is going to be something that we'll be working on in the future. But anyways, let's come this way here. Let me just grab the laptop. All right, so this is what I've been working on here. So prior to watching Avatar 3, The Way of Water, we can see that I took a few measurements. Let me find the right one. That's the first row. So you can see I took several different measurements, each one with different delays to try to get everything summed up properly. So this is the response I got in the first row. Actually, no, this is the first row here. And then we're going to move over to, I believe, this guy here. This is the front left and right speakers. I only measured from, I think, 4 hertz to 150 hertz. So this is not going all the way to 20K. This purple line here is with the second row. Second row, green is the left and right. And after summing them together at about 65 hertz at the crossover spot, which is about roughly here, I was able to get a pretty nice summation between the left and rights and the subwoofers. And then the first row, which is this guy here, so I'm getting a smoother response on the first row, so it fills in this little bit of dip here. And then, of course, this carries over with this purple line, which is the left and right speakers. So this is waveforming. So first row is this purple line, dark purple. Second row is this light purple. So it's nearly identical response between the first and second row. I guess if you don't have waveforming, you might be able to get a pretty even response between the first and second row, but that's a minimal dB difference between both rows. And if you take a little bit of time with your waveforming, it's a bit trial and error for me. Like, I've been back and forth between moving with the RBH 821s and then with the Krixes. Sometimes I get a pretty nice even response between both rows. Sometimes the first sounds better, and then I get a pretty big suck out around 50 hertz in the second row. But I did spend a few hours after setting all the speakers up, and I think I got a pretty good pretty even response between both rows and between all the seats. So it's not perfect between it. It's about as close as I've gotten so far. Now, I'm not saying that it's the Krix's, it's the Krix's making a big difference, but I just wanted to get the best overall response possible. And I think I nailed it this time around. All right, so if you caught the review, which I did a few days back, we watched Avatar Fire and Ash a couple days ago with the Krix speakers after the measurements. I'm going to do a full review at some point in time on the Krix speakers, but we're going to get Nancy's take on the speakers because she's heard the older RBHs for about 6 months now. So we're going to see if Nancy has any insightful takes on the Krix speakers.
You know what? I don't listen to the speakers as much as Shane does, but I think the speakers make the room sound a lot bigger. But I think I can hear more details in the other one. It's just that they don't sound as... The other ones make the room sound a little bit bigger.
How does this make it sound bigger?
I think it makes the sound... You can hear the animal things when they were flying, and so you can hear better, like it hears bigger.
You mean the Avatar, the little dragon things flying?
Yeah, I don't think they're dragons, but the birds or whatever they are. I think maybe I should pay more attention to the movie instead of listening to the speakers.
So do you have a favorite? Do you like the older ones or you like the newer ones better? Do you think it's a big difference?
You made me watch the movie twice, so I have to give a lot of thinking. I don't think I have a favorite.
All right, so I know exactly what these speakers sound like. I'm not going to say Nancy's right or wrong, but she might have some valid points between the differences with the AMT tweeter and the compression driver. What are your guys' thoughts on those two tweeter technologies next to each other? Do you think one has better detail, or what is your opinion on both those tweeter techs? But I will have a full review on these speakers probably in the next few months. In the meantime, I am going to be working on the new home theater tour for 2026. And spoiler alert, not too much has changed other than the speakers themselves. And I did get some new seats, if you guys haven't noticed that by now. Other than that, like the projectors, well, I think the projector is different. Yeah, the projector is different. I do have a completed hush box, and everything else is pretty much the same. Same processor, stuff like that. I will be dropping that video very shortly. But again, leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what are your thoughts on AMTs versus compression drivers. Leave your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Okay, yeah, just stop right there.
But you're making me...
Stop right there, stop right there.